G'day and welcome to Redriven. Now, there's not much cooler in the world of cars than the Sleeper, a car that has the ability to wipe the floor with even the fastest supercars, yet looks totally normal and completely understated. And there have been a host of awesome Sleepers available over the years, but which do we think are the best? Well, here's our Redriven top 5. In fifth, we had to have a wagon on this list, but will it be the only wagon? It is the Volkswagen Mark 7 Golf R wagon. It may be able to hit 100 kilometers an hour from standstill in just a touch under 5 seconds in standard form, but tweak the engine just a small amount and the Golf R wagon will be embarrassing all but the very fastest cars out there. Add to that its immense traction with its very intelligent all-wheel drive system, lightning fast gear changes via its DSG transmission, and superb handling, and this brutally fast practical wagon will still fly under the radar as it looks nearly identical to a standard Golf wagon. Now, still dabbling in the Volkswagen family tree, and look, these things are actually already pretty well renowned for being a fast wagon, but we think it's the sedan that nails that sleeper criteria even better. It's the 2008 to 2010 C6 Audi RS6 sedan. The recipe was insane but brilliant. Take the V10 engine from a Lamborghini Gallardo, bolt 2 turbos on it to make it the most powerful Audi engine to date, and then stick it in what essentially looks like a slightly lowered A6 fitted with some really nice wheels. But Audi actually left some of the engine's potential on the table because with a simple software tune, the standard 571 horsepower can be increased to around about 650 horsepower. Plus, only 1,500 C6 RS6 sedans were ever produced, compared to the almost common 14,000 Gallardos. In third place, it's another German. It's the BMW M550i xDrive. The M550i recently received a boost in power, like it even needed it, going from 456 horsepower to 523 horsepower. This propels the classy BMW from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.8 seconds. Now, to put that into perspective, the iconic and ballistic McLaren F1 does the same 0 to 100 sprint in 3.2 seconds. So this thing, with its 5 seats, multi-zone climate control, enormous boot and lovely stereo, is just a smidge over half a second slower to 100 than a multi-million-dollar hypercar. That's incredible. And then there are the looks, or kind of lack of looks, because even though it is undeniably a very attractive car, it looks almost identical to a base spec 5 Series. And because 5 Series are commonly driven by, well, old people, no one's going to be expecting it to have rip your face off levels of performance. No one is expecting these things to be fast. It's another wagon, it's from Sweden, it's the second generation 2000 to 2007 Volvo V70R. Okay, look, compared to the power levels on the previous 3 cars, the 300 horsepower V70R may seem a little on the weak side, but where the Volvo beats the Germans is in its under-the-radar appeal. Short of those really in the know, hardly anyone is expecting a Volvo station wagon to be bloody fast, and like the Golf R wagon, with a few tasty tuning mods, these things can be seriously capable. Add to it all-wheel drive traction and sports-tuned suspension, but a massive boot, leather interior, and that very cool Swedish design aesthetic, and this is one awesome sleeper. Plus, if you want one, they're really affordable now, if you can find one, because no one ever sells them. Now, before we get to first place, can you do us a favor and give those like, subscribe, and bell icons just a little bit of a tickle? And after the video, go and follow us on all the socials. And look, as this list is a pretty subjective list, we want to know what makes up your top 5 sleepers list. So let us know in the comments below. Okay, first place, and look, yes, we are getting a little bit patriotic with these, but trust us, these are seriously quick and they're pretty bloody boring to look at, making them the perfect sleeper. It's the Ford Falcon G6E Turbo. If you're into cars at all, you'll most likely know that Ford's turbocharged 6-cylinder Barra engine, even when completely standard, is a weapon of a power plant. But with only minimal mods, these things can produce deep into the 500 horsepower range, and with some more serious modifications, they'll easily top 1,000 horsepower. Now, here in Australia, the Falcon was commonly associated with being a taxi or a hire car, and many Falcons were sold as part of fleet car packages for like local businesses and governments and councils. The G6E added some leather and chrome touches to make them feel a little classier, but to have a car that looks so plain and unassuming yet is powered by this monster of an engine surely must be one of the all-time great sleepers. Thank you so much for watching, and as I mentioned just earlier, can you give those like, subscribe and bell buttons a little bit of a tickle and go and follow us on all the socials. But guys, we really want to know what makes up your top 5 sleepers list. Let us know in the comments. Go, do it now. See you next time. It's the 2008 to 2010. No one's going to expect it to have rip your face off levels of performance. Levels of performance. This is the whole thing a little bit pissed. That was the one. Little eyebrow raise on Sedan.